Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Amplify, where we like to highlight movers and shakers, and I like to say people that are fancy in our industry. My guest, who has been on Amplify before, Suha, with Z Technology Solutions. She is the founder, CEO. She is the AI queen. She's my AI queen because she's the only girl I know that specializes in AI. Thank you for joining, Suha.
Thank you so much for having me again, Delilah. It's always a pleasure to talk to
It
you.
is. It always is. So, I've had you on in the past because we've talked about you going on your own, right? We've talked about where you are going, the conferences that you're attending. I saw you was it last month in
It was,
Sarasota? Yeah.
yeah, it
Okay, because
was last
time
month.
flies so quickly sometimes. But now the topic that I want to talk about, because it is a little personal, it's something that has come up recently, and it's work-life balance. So we're going to dive right in.
Yeah.
Is there, Suha, work-life balance?
That's one that I've struggled with a lot. And as you said, something happened recently and
Yeah.
it just really brought it home to me. It's really not a balance, it's more of a compromise because
Yeah.
um, a balance means something is always equal on both sides, and that's
True.
really not the case. Something always has to give, and you have to reprioritize. And sometimes you have to shift your focus, and it is scary, especially when you're on your own and you want to be there for your clients, but you've had a family situation happen where you needed to take care of something, and now all of a sudden your entire schedule is pulled apart. You have to be transparent with your clients to make sure that you're not putting them behind on the work that you're working for them. And it is, I mean, it's definitely something that has kept me up at night recently thinking about it. And I know I'm not the only one. I cannot be the only one who's suffering with this.
You're not. You're not. Um, and I used to, when I was in corporate America, that was something that was thrown around a lot. Work-life balance. You have work-life balance here. And as I've gone on my own and I've entered a different season in my life, you're in a different season in your life, you come to find out that it's there's no work-life balance.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. And again, when you talk about corporate America, you
Yeah.
have sick days and you have personal days that you can take. It's not the same when you're on your own and
No.
when you're trying to start up a company and make sure, like I said, you're there for your clients,
Yeah.
available. I mean, some of my clients reach out to me after hours and you have to be available. And so striking that balance and making sure that you're there, but that you're also taking care of your family. I mean, I know this has been said many times, but you have to put your oxygen mask on before you can put the mask on somebody else. And
Friends.
and
Yeah.
it has been a real struggle lately to put my mask on. And again, I mean, it leads to a little bit of mental well-being. You start to question yourself, you start to doubt whether you're on the right path. And so you have to constantly be reminding yourself that this is your joy, this is your purpose. You are doing this because this brings you joy.
It does.
And so you have to
It does.
rebalance that in your mind.
Yes. It's like you have to reassure yourself. It's like you got to keep reminding yourself, like, hey, this is what we're here for. This is what we were put on
Yeah,
earth to do. But it's not easy.
it's
It's a mind shift thing,
yeah,
right?
it is. It is. If you can read it right there, it says
Uh-huh.
mindset. It is a mindset thing
It is.
because you have to be able to quiet that voice in your head that tells you you're not doing enough, that you are falling
Mm.
behind, that you are, not living up to what you expect of yourself or what others expect of you.
Yeah,
And it really, again, it is a struggle.
it is.
And
And you're not alone. I, you're not alone. I personally haven't. talk too much on it because I struggle with the vulnerability part. Like
Mhm.
I'm vulnerable, but in certain areas, and there's some that I'm not. And but there are times where I I I understand. I stay up at night, I can overthink and you know, I
I'm in that club.
yeah, I can overthink, or I can't fall asleep, that kind of thing. And
Do you
it's
play
not,
scenarios in your head?
yeah,
What if I had done this? What if I had done
I done
that?
this. And you know what's the worst is oh, you know what's the worst, Suha? That I will create a scenario in my head that never even happened, girl. And I'm
You'll
worried
actually
about
go
some,
through the whole conversation, and then I'm going to say this, and then they're going to say that. And yeah,
yeah, but not, it's never happened.
no,
Like it doesn't.
yeah.
And I do find myself giving myself grace. It's okay. And I have to train my mind to like, hey, shift, focus.
Yeah.
And you're not the only one. I'm not the only one. I know there's a lot of people out there. And we kind of made this comment like, uh, I know women, us mothers, right? We do this. But you ever wonder if the guys do it? Like, I do they overthink and create these scenarios and you
I think guys are much better, and I may be stereotyping and I
yeah,
apologize because there may be women who
no.
are able to separate things, but I think men are able to compartmentalize things and be able to shift their focus and leave something behind. Whereas we, myself, I should not speak for all women.
No.
I tend to embrace everything and everything intersects. So whether it's personal, whether it's professional, whether it's something for the house, something for my
Yeah.
kids, something for my spouse, what everything intersects.
Yep.
And I know I'm not that great at compartmentalizing and being able to shift that focus and leave and put things behind to deal with later.
This reminds me what you just said of like a sermon. I'm talking about years, like over a decade ago, that I remember so clearly. And they talked about how men are like waffles. You know how the waffles have the little compartments,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And women are like spaghetti.
Analogy.
Yeah, you can use it, girl. It just pops into my head. I was like, oh, why do I remember this? And it was like, I think I still lived in Chicago when that happened. But men are like waffles. Like you're right. There's little compartments, and then there's a career compartment, and the children compartment, and a wife compartment. Are you writing it down?
I am. I am. I'm gonna have to use that.
Us women are like spaghetti, right? We're just like all mixed together with the sauce and the meat, or like the taco, like that.
Everything. Yeah, all of it together.
Right? All of it together. And we don't separate. Nothing, it doesn't
Yeah.
separate. And I'm glad you bring that up because you're not alone. And it's okay to give yourself grace, and it's okay to tell your clients and be open, say, hey, this is happening. I'm gonna take X amount of hours. And honestly, we create these scenarios, but everyone understands. They do.
Yeah, I have to admit, I mean, my clients have been phenomenal this past week. They,
Awesome.
not a single one has said, has voiced, it's like no, take care of family, family first.
Yes.
That's what you need to do. It's fine. So, I mean, I'm blessed. I'm very
Thank God.
grateful and
Yeah,
blessed.
I'm
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Again, we put it on our shoulders and we envision, we imagine that scenario in our head because we're vulnerable and because it's not that we're not strong, but we don't want to come across as weak. And I
Weak.
think there's a big difference
Yeah,
between being strong and not wanting to show weakness.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And I personally will say it's also like a little bit of ego and pride in there.
Absolutely.
I get it. So, my AI queen, what do you have going on? I think I'm gonna change your name. That's gonna be your name in my phone. I like, AI queen, Suha. So my AI queen, what's going on with Z Technologies? Where are you going? Like, what's the 411? Because AI happens to be now like a hot topic.
Yeah, it's really a buzzword, and as we
Uh-huh.
said last time, it's like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon.
Hmm.
I cannot tell you how many emails I get of announcing this new AI that's going to transform everything, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just get things to work right before we transform them. And so what's happening with Z Technology? A couple of things. Obviously, I'm working with my clients. One
Yeah.
of the big areas that we're focusing on is AI and how we can implement AI. It's you can't just throw AI at everything and see what sticks. You have to really understand the why and what problem you're trying to solve, and then evaluate the different solutions. And
I
that's what
like
I
it.
help my clients with. Obviously, as AI is evolving and as people are more interested in learning about it, you're hearing about more conferences that are
You
focusing on
are.
AI.
Yes.
So obviously, next week there's the Housing Wire AI Summit that
Yep.
I will be attending. I know, MBA Carolinas is coming up as well, and I'll be speaking on AI there. I know
Awesome.
NAMBA's coming up as well, and there's a
Yes.
big focus on AI.
Yes, there
So,
is.
I mean, so there's a lot of, so what's happening at Z Technology is trying to like balance it from both sides, being in the industry and sharing insights and knowledge, and at the same time being there for the clients and helping them put together an AI strategy and a roadmap that really gets them where they want to go
Yeah.
in, in an economical way that solves the problems for today and the future. Because you don't really just want to solve the problem that you have today, because the problem that you have today is going to go away. You want to make sure that you're able to scale for the future.
Exactly. Exactly. And I love it. I love Thank you so much, Suha, for coming on. I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks at NAMBA.
Yep.
Have fun traveling at Housing Wire. If you are at any of these conferences coming up, Housing Wire, MBA the Carolinas, NAMBA next month right here in Orlando, please connect with Suha. She is a great uh, just ambassador and just someone you should be connected with within the mortgage and technology and AI space. And again, thank you for watching another episode of Amplify. We look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
Thank you so much, Delilah. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.